welcome to Reset with AG, the space where purpose meets peace and transformation begins. I'm your host, AG, and every week we will hit pause on the chaos and press reset, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. Whether you're building a business, healing from burnt out, or just trying to reclaim your joy, this podcast is your sanctuary for real talk, reflection, and rational self-care. Let's reset and rise together. Okay, this is our first episode, and I have a special guest, and we're going to be discussing then versus now, growing up in the 80s versus the early 2000s. And here's my special guest.
Hey guys, it's your girl Pretty, and I am doing my first episode with my mom. Okay, so what are we talking about, Mom?
Okay, then versus now.
Okay.
Growing up in the early 80s versus the
early 2000s. The best.
Really. Okay, so in my time, discipline looked like in my household. Okay, I came from a two-family, mother and father.
Yes.
In a household, and if you get in trouble, you getting disciplined by both parents.
What?
Yes.
What?
My mother did the whooping, the spanking. My dad discipline was verbally.
Both.
He was
so
into
y'all got
communication. So yeah.
See, with us, early 2000 babies, it was one or the other. Either you're getting whooped physically, or you're gonna get talked to. Well, that's how it was when I was growing up. It wasn't both. Well, I guess yes, it was both actually. From one parent, both, both. Discipline and you getting talked to.
You have to be when you're raising kids in a one-parent household.
Why you gotta do everything?
Yeah.
And that is true.
Okay. And then my mom was into whooping kids.
You don't think you was?
With belts and whatever she can get her hand on.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I never forget my auntie Brenda always told me she whooped me with a extension cord.
Oh.
Yeah, that was more.
What?
I was growing up, getting whooped with a extension cord. Literally.
I got whooped once with an extension cord, but it wasn't my mom.
I can say, who whooped you with a extension cord? Yeah, y'all must have did something because you wasn't like Tank.
Right, nowhere near.
Discipline, y'all definition of mean is nothing like my version of mean. That's a whole nother segment. We ain't finna talk about that today. Okay, so when we became teenagers, we rarely had company. My mother didn't believe in all the different spirits in her house.
Oh yeah, I remember you said that.
Yeah, y'all can come. You can have company on the porch. You can come sit on this porch.
Yeah. It was completely different with us. For my birthday, everybody on the block was in my house. Literally, everybody. Our house was huge, and it was people everywhere, from upstairs to downstairs.
Yeah, because I wanted child upbringing to be different from mine. My parents were strict. Yeah, they was real.
But you was strict too, though.
Yeah, but I wasn't strict like that.
We couldn't go to people's houses.
Yeah, we need to. Bring all them different spirits back home and shit. I ain't believing that. That's one thing I did follow up with my mom. I didn't believe in it. Okay, so technology from my time, that's when we really started beginning to learn about the computers in school. But for as directions, you had to know how to read a map. And you might go to the library and download directions. But you had to know how to read the map to get where you was going. As far as from, I lived in North St. Louis. And driving all the way to Chesterfield, because we love going to the different malls and to the gallery. You need to know your directions from the map.
What?
And I remember we was going on field trips. My dad used to always ask us, where do we go? which direction did we go.
He used to ask you, like, how did y'all get there?
Yes, we had to pay. He was big on paying attention where you was going.
Really?
Don't tell. Yeah, you couldn't tell him you went somewhere without knowing your directions.
Everywhere, like the whole way?
Majority of the way.
Yeah.
You had to say, we came down McLaren and turned on Riverview.
No.
What highway did you take? Which way did you take? Yeah, he wants you to pay attention to your surroundings.
That's overboard, though.
No, it's not overboard.
That's overboard.
No, it's not. Just in case if you get caught. I mean, you get lost. You can call someone and you can say where you at.
That's exactly how I got here.
Exactly.
See, now we got Find My iPhone. I can share my location.
Right. You gotta show your location nowadays.
Yes, it's way easier. That's too much.
But we didn't
remember that.
We didn't have technology then.
Right.
Everything was black and white, and you had to know how to read and know your directions.
Wait. The TV was black and white when you was watching it?
We didn't have
my mom.
Color TVs came like in the mid-80s.
What?
Mm-hmm. And
so you was alive when black and white TVs was?
Yeah, big flow model TV.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
I did not know
in
that.
The 90s, I remember the big screen TVs came out.
Yeah.
My mama had it was a Sony real big old 65-inch TV with a big old back. Yeah. It was solid as a dresser.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Big old wide TV.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Now
y'all grew
TVs
up, it was
are
luxury
flat and thin.
Yeah. Because it's luxury, more luxury.
Yes.
Yeah. I bet y'all ain't know where you going, direction.
I was just telling my mama I don't even know how to read a compass for real.
I wouldn't tell nobody that. You should know north, east, west, and
but
south.
my phone has a compass on it that shows north, south, east, and west.
It's so easier for you all.
And it's so much easier. I don't know how y'all read a map and looked at that. Like, that was...
That's why I had a problem when we started buying phones and make sure your kids had a phone. Mm-hmm. Y'all used to be in y'all phones so much. Like that.
Oh, my God, yes.
Whoa.
When we first got our phones, I just used to be looking at videos, watching stuff, all that. Y'all, we'll be on the way to... My mom be dropping me off at school. I'll be sitting in the front seat, just on my phone like a normal kid, y'all. She would get mad at me like, why are you all in your phone? I'm like, what?
Pay attention to your surroundings. Know where you're going.
But you're my mama, though. You need to be doing that, Mom.
Yeah, I know where I'm going. What about you? You should know. You should see your surroundings where you're going.
I feel as long as my mama know where we at.
What about you knowing for you?
Well, eventually, I did start paying attention to my surroundings.
Yeah, you should. It's best to always pay attention to where you're going. It's some grown folks don't even know. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What you supposed to say?
Nothing. Kids have got lost before, and they didn't even know their addresses.
Oh, yeah. Now, that's sad.
Yeah.
I knew where I stayed at, though. I knew every address we lived at.
Of course, but I'm saying because it's important to know a lot of things. That's like something easy. Right. You should know.
But me personally, I don't think it's easy for me to remember. I went down McLaren, I made a left on Schweitzer, and then I turned right. That's too much. That's too much.
Why? Say if you got lost on West Florissant. How did you get there? I don't know. We on this street where lights said in. How would I know? Where the intersection is?
You don't know where Florissant at?
If you describe it to me, how would I know? How would you describe the intersection of Riverview and West Florissant?
Of Riverview and West Florissant?
You remember what is it?
Riverview and West Florissant. I think I know what it said.
Wow.
It's like the fire department was right there, right?
No.
That's not Riverview and West Florissant.
Mm-mm.
Hey, where's Riverview? Yes, it is, Mom.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not Ridge, ain't it?
Oh my.
Wait, which street? I can use my phone and Google it. See?
Okay. How would you Google? We're in a whole other state. How would you Google that?
I would just Google West Florissant and
Riverview
West Florissant.
But it ain't
Google Maps.
But there ain't no fire department right there.
Wait, so where's
The fire department is down.
So where's Riverview and West Florissant? West Florissant?
Mm-hmm.
In Riverview?
Mm-hmm. That's the corner of the graveyard.
Right. It is a fire department right there, man.
Look, Google it. Prove me wrong. Is that if there's a fire department right there? It's not a fire department
right there.
Not right there.
Okay, so I know it's the edge of where the turkeys used to be at.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's the graveyard.
Yeah, and then you have that one street that's...
What's the one street?
I don't know.
See, that's what I'm saying. See,
I don't know.
example.
I don't know the name of it.
I'm not gonna lie. Prove my point. Right.
I know main streets, main highways. I think
that is a main street. Riverview and West Florissant is a main street. Both of them main street.
They are. I know where it's at though. I know where it's at.
Yeah, from Google off your phone.
No, I know where it's at. Like in my head.
Okay. In your head, but ain't no fire department right there.
Yes, it is, Mama. It used to be.
Okay, put it like it used to be. Oh, okay, tell me what street the fire department on.
I don't know that street name. It's on West Florissant.
It is a fire department on West Florissant.
Oh, you thinking about no. Oh, maybe that is
the one on West.
You thinking about the one that's down by the chicken place? It used to be Popeye. I mean Churches. Mm-hmm. No, I'm not talking about right there. Okay. But see right there, before that street, that intersection is West Florissant and Riverview, ain't it?
No, sweetie. And then the one you talking about on West Florissant, that's Geraldine in West Florissant.
Right,
when you come through the graveyard.
Right, where's Riverview at?
Wow.
Where
you don't know where Riverview is still?
Wait, what? I must not know.
What street did I grew up on?
Says in Riverview.
Right.
Right.
Oh, okay, so which one is Riverview? So when you go down Riverview
is a main street, like right there, right?
Okay, Riverview. Now, where's the fire department on Riverview?
No, it's not on Riverview. It's on West Florissant.
Right. When you get to
Riverview, West Florissant is the cross-off street, right? It is like this. This is West Florissant. This is right.
Okay, now which one is that? Riverview and West Florissant. I said Riverview and West Florissant. Now, is there a fire department right there in Riverview and West Florissant?
I thought it was. Maybe that's a church then. It's a church across the street, right? Mm-hmm. It's a brown building. It is. Well, maybe those are apartments then. Because isn't it a brown building off to the right when you pull up to the light?
To the right, is it a brown building?
Yeah, maybe I'm tripping it, but I could have sworn it was something.
It's not a fire department.
Oh, well, what is it?
I thought it says a church or something, and then it's
it's
a convenience store. A convenience store.
Down the street a little bit. Mm-hmm. See, so I do know where it's at. Told you.
You said the whole fire department.
I just didn't know about. I thought it was a fire department. I thought it was. But back to the technology. My mom used to hate us being on our phones, y'all. But now that I'm older, I do agree that less screen time is better for the mind. When I was younger, I did not care. I was like this in my phone. 24/7. But now it's okay to take a break. Because I seen this meme and it was like, it said, your mom was right all along. It is that phone. It is that phone. You need to get off that phone and connect with reality again.
Connect reality.
So yes,
manifest or something.
Right.
And then
this phone is a distraction.
Another thing, growing up in my time with radios, we hear little radios, and my brother Derek always been a DJ. He had the biggest radio. When I say the radio, it's about almost as long as this.
Really?
Yes, the big old radio he walked around with.
What? He walked around, like on his shoulder? That was real?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, big old radio.
He used to play music on the bus.
Play music, yes.
What?
Yeah, a lot of people hear that.
He just play it out loud? What? See, now, if you did that, people would call you ghetto.
I mean, because it's not...
You got headphones and stuff now.
Right. And then we had cassette players.
What is that?
And records. You play it on the spinning record machine.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is totally changed.
Completely different. Our radios now are mini iPads in the car.
And then in the car, they called 8-track.
What is that?
They had this fat, thick 8-track. I'm going to have to show you one. It was a thing that you had to put in your car. What? And as time went on, they changed it to the cassette players.
Oh, like where you used to have put the radio at. What?
Mm-hmm.
It used to have a thing that you used to have to plug up.
Yeah.
Wow, the revolution.
Yeah, time has really changed.
Because I don't even think we have radio. We don't have a disc option in a car.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I think that started going away in the early 2000s. Yeah, they had CDs.
Yeah. And now it's gone. You can't even put a CV in a car no more. Unless you got an older car.
Yeah, with CD players. You're right. Everything is Wi-Fi. Even Wi-Fi in the car now.
Even the doors. The house. You can literally do it from your phone. Everything is electronic.
Yep, everything electronic.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a good thing, though. I like it.
It's pros and cons, though, I feel like, to it. Because people be saying stuff like how, what if the internet goes down? So everything can lock up. You can't get in or you can't get out.
And see, that's why it's best to learn things outside of technology.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because how you physically going to survive if you don't pay attention, if you stay looking at the map, driving somewhere. For real, landmarks and all that means a lot.
Yeah, that is true. I be trying to pay attention now more because I feel like back in St. Louis, I knew my way around for the most part, but here in Texas is bigger. You have to go through some at least like 5 times to just get it.
Yeah.
And then we don't be driving those far distances every day, so it's hard to remember. But Texas is huge compared to St. Louis.
I seen a meme today. It said, it take an hour, almost an hour to get everywhere you need to go here in Texas. They said, why is Texas so full? Why is Texas so big to get from one point to the next town?
Yes.
For real.
It's literally an hour. And then while you're driving that hour, you hit many towns in between there. You pass 10 Walmarts, 10 Targets, 10 Five Belows, 10 TJ Maxx.
20.
Right. Yes, every corner has it.
Yeah.
But me personally, I think the early 2000s is way better than the early 80s.
Only because the technology have advanced.
That too, but y'all used to like the slides. Even then, like the playgrounds. The playgrounds were like, they were metal. Y'all used to, everything was silver and metal. Like, y'all didn't used to bust y'all lip if you fall or something. Like, everything is plastic now, way more safe, I feel like, and easier. But I do feel like the metal was way more sanitary, though.
Yeah, it definitely was. And also, you get a scrape and bruise, okay, shake that off and keep going.
You might need therapy in our time.
Yeah, we did our own therapy. You talked about it with your ATs and your uncles.
That's not therapy. That's not therapy.
It was
you need
therapy.
A professional.
Yeah, they was a profession because
no, they not, Mama.
Because they have a degree.
Exactly.
The reason I said profession is because they lived it. They already experienced it.
But that don't mean that you know how to.
No, it doesn't. And
people can be biased with their opinion because they've been through it, so they be like, "Oh,
the same with that person with that degree."
No, it's not though. They have unbiased opinions. I feel like therapists have unbiased opinions because they don't know.
They supposed to.
Right. Most of them are supposed to.
Right.
I mean, most of them are. They have biased opinions. I feel like if you've been through that situation, you shouldn't talk about that with your client or your therapist.
Right. You shouldn't.
Because you're gonna have a biased opinion. You're gonna think about it from a negative way, and some therapists be lying. But y'all didn't believe in therapy back then. No,
we did. And I think it's highly recommended nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you babies, y'all so sensitive. Ooh, honey.
Sensitive?
Yes. Yeah,
no. Y'all just too hardcore. They felt away and would hold it in. That's why they would have people that will crash out when they get older because they bottled in everything. When you should just let it go.
And a lot of us let it go too. We dealt with it a different way versus y'all time.
Yeah. Y'all just too hardcore and just
trying to be
hard body.
Yeah, we were. Yeah. You had to be hard body. I know because y'all sensitive.
Why you keep saying that?
Because the 2000 babies are sensitive.
No, we're not.
Yeah, of course you gonna say that.
Sensitive. I think everybody is sensitive. Y'all just weren't able to express your emotions.
We express our emotions differently versus you all, how y'all express y'all's.
So how you think y'all express y'all differently compared to ours, though?
We dealt with it.
What does that mean?
Okay.
That's not...
Go ahead.
Forgetting about it is not dealing with it. Like, putting it in the back of your mind is not dealing with it.
Exactly. No, we dealt with it as far as you communicated about. Even if you communicated with yourself, I ain't going to say everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
I can tell you about my experience. If I dealt with something, I knew how to communicate with myself in that mirror.
Right.
I can go to that mirror and talk to myself.
Yeah.
And let myself know.
But not everybody is as strong as you to do that.
Exactly. Of course not.
Right.
Everybody
so
different.
imagine the people in y'all time that needed therapy and didn't go to therapy because y'all just...
But a lot of people
that's a white people thing.
A lot of people did do therapy. A lot of people was ashamed of therapy because it wasn't a thing in a black culture.
Right.
It wasn't.
Right. It was
You know what I'm saying?
I
don't get me wrong. A lot of people took therapy.
Really?
Yeah. Some people did took therapy. Yeah.
Oh,
they end up in mental hospitals and all kind of stuff. That's probably another reason why they ain't go to they wouldn't do therapy.
Yeah.
Put your ass in a straight
I've
jacket.
been seeing people say stuff say now.
Yeah, they do.
In our generation, they be like, if I go to a therapist, I end up in jail.
They will. That's what I'm saying.
So they be like, I can't talk to no therapist.
You take your ass in that bathroom,
Exactly.
You gonna get that shit out.
Yeah, they be like, so you gonna talk to your therapist and this them in the orange jumpsuit.
Yeah, the straight jacket.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now they getting locked up or going to a mental hospital.
For real.
Yeah, so it is sometimes. I do.
Because some people perceive it the wrong way.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's protocol though as a therapist. If you hear them like...
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're supposed to take protocol.
And a lot of times people do it for attention.
People do it.
People do
attention
it.
Though.
Yeah.
To clout chase.
Yeah. All kind of shit. Just don't do it around me because I'm just going to look at you. But not my babies. You know what I'm saying? Not my, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If somebody doing it for attention, then I don't know. I'm just gonna pray for you maybe at a distance.
That's all you can do, though. That's really all you can do.
Yeah, they bother you up with them damn different spirits.
Yes.
Okay, now, my mom was big on learning how to play board games and card games. Black dudes, spades, tunk. Yeah, my parents was big on that. And checkers. I think I'm cold at checkers.
Really? I can play checkers on like my phone.
Yeah. And pool was another big thing in my time.
Yeah. Now pool is considered 8-ball on Game Pigeon on your phone.
Everything is on the phone now. That's why.
Literally, everything is on the phone. See, now we don't know how to play board games.
I thought you had to play spades.
I personally know how to play spades, and but other people my generation don't know how to play that. They know how to play Uno though.
Yeah, everybody know how to play Uno. Yeah, that was a big thing.
Yes. Other than that, though, we don't know how to play board games like y'all.
Yeah.
Checkers, I don't even know. I don't even understand checkers. I don't get the point of it.
I really didn't lose in checkers. Once I learned, it was like I was cold. And
really?
It's still cold right to this day.
I never understood the purpose.
It's getting your...
It's getting more black...
it's black and red. Whoever get it don't matter what color you have, who have the most checkers at the end.
Right, so you whoever got the most opposite. Like if I'm
chips.
red, however many black chips I got is how I win. Okay, like I collected that. Yeah, that is. I didn't
something that would be good if the lights ever go out.
Right.
Like they keep talking. We're going to have this big blackout one day. You know what I'm saying? To keep yourself occupied.
Entertained.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. I only know how to play those two core games. Uno, though, of course, that's easy. And Monopoly. Mama, you know they got Monopoly on the phone.
Oh, wow. I think y'all was
called
clean.
Monopoly Go. Yes. Everything is literally on the phone. The phone has taken over.
So
Technology has taken over. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's so true. Okay, so what is one thing that you grew up in, like the 70s and the 80s, that you wish was now? Like, not when I was growing up, but now, today, like Cordelia growing up. What do you wish one thing could be now?
More community environment for as the statement, it take a village to raise a child.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Back then, to me, families cared more about raising a child. Raising a child.
Yes.
Even if you wasn't together,
yes,
or the mother or father wasn't in the home, that absent parent was gonna do what they had to do to provide for their child.
Yeah.
No matter what the situation was with the parents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
That's what I think.
it's completely different.
Yeah, of course.
There's the village may be 2 people now compared to then. I feel like when y'all was growing up, I feel like the village was way more supportive and way bigger versus now. The people who are older now, they don't care. They're like, I ain't watching your kids. No. They don't want to. They don't like kids. They like,
Yeah, my time, you had your mother, father, you had grandmother, you had grandfather, you had auntie, you had your uncle, your cousin. Everybody was involved helping you raise that child.
Yes, that village. Now it's just like your
The
intermediate family.
Is only your village.
Maybe that. Sometimes not even that. Sometimes I know it's people that don't even have their mom to help them.
Yeah.
It's just them by themselves.
Yeah. And I think it is important, very important for parents to raise their child, even if it was different. If they grew up hard and rough, I think they should give the love that they didn't experience to their child.
Yes.
Not worse.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree to that now. I feel like our generation is doing a really good job on not reciprocating the energy that we received. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Like the older generation, they like, well, my mama did it like this, so that's how I'm gonna do it for you. And we're like, well, no, if your mama did it and you didn't like that, why would you do that?
Exactly.
Like,
you know what? In my time, it was a big deal about people saying, I love you.
Like it's a big deal. Like people didn't say it.
Yeah, they didn't say it. It was like, I love you, I'm going to show you.
Versus telling you.
Yeah, versus telling you and hugging you. It was a thing like, oh, don't touch me.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was just for the guys.
That was a lot of people parents. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah. They showed you versus telling you. That's why I made it a big deal. I tell y'all I love y'all every second I get.
Every chance.
Every chance.
Yeah. That's how I am just as a person. Like if I love you as a friend or as a family member, I'm going to say I love you before we get off the phone. I think that's just mandatory.
I think
For
so
real.
too.
But it does make some people uncomfortable because they didn't grow up in a home like that. So telling somebody they love you, they'd be like...
That's why they should start it. It don't matter how you grew up.
It makes them feel awkward though. I feel
But
like.
change it. Right. To tell somebody you love them. Ain't that right, grandbaby?
We have a special guest in the corner here.
Yeah. He's so busy.
Yes, he is. Okay. Got anything else you want to talk about?
No, but I think, what do you think that you should reset on?
I feel like I will reset my mind on, after this conversation, I will reset my mind on paying attention more. I feel like paying attention to my surroundings. Because don't get me wrong, I pay attention to my surroundings, but I don't feel like it's as thorough as my mind had to. So definitely resetting and just paying more attention, especially living in Dallas. Human sex trafficking is really big here, so I think that is really important.
Yeah, every week we get
an Amber Alert.
Amber Alert.
At least once or twice a week, the phone goes off.
Yeah, your phone.
Somebody just got abducted. It's either here, San Antonio, Houston. Like it's really bad. It's like as bad as it is in Miami, it's just as bad here. Yes,
it really is.
Yes. So definitely just paying more attention, especially being a girl, being older, being on my own and stuff like that. It's really safe and important to pay more attention. That's what I'm going to reset and focus more on.
Yeah, that's great. Now, what are you going to reset on this week? Think about it. And reset with AG in the next episode.
Bye.
See you. Bye.